Hi everyone, I'm Sokhwa. Welcome back to watch my video for Creative Table Topics Ideas Part 2. Today I'll be sharing with you another 6 methods for you to incorporate in your table topics session. So the next method I would like to share is cards online. Normally we play the physical poker cards, but now there's also this website called the Word Wall. And this website, it's normally used by educators to train the kids or make the online learning sessions more interactive. So for example, what you have is that you just need to edit your questions, choose the template, and then you can use it freely. Just click the deal, shuffle, undo, and click on the cards to go for the next question. So it's a very fun and very nice visual to look at. And the next idea is use images with questions. What does that mean? Actually, it just means that you just need to insert some images in your slides and then put the hyperlink into the images, which directs it to another slide with the actual questions. So this is simple to use. You can either use Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides to do this. For example, I have inserted these images. If your team is related to food for the day, you will pick images related to food. So it really depends on your team. We always encourage you to prepare table topics related to your meeting team. So in this case, for example, this bread, the speaker chose bread. So you click on the bread and it will lead you to the questions of the day, love or bread. Then you stop sharing the slides. And after that, you can go back to the main slide again and ask the second speaker to choose. For example, if the second speaker chose the orange juice, then you click on it and another question pops up. So you just need to set the hyperlink by selecting the image properly, all right? So it's not too difficult to be done. And the ninth idea is actually called the switch. Switch is basically a very creative idea which will make the speaker more challenged. For example, how does this go? So for example, if you have a topic which is debatable, later I'll show you some example. And this topic, once you say, the table topics master will say switch. And when the table topics master or you say switch, then the speaker has to switch a standpoint, okay? And normally I would suggest if the table topic is very short, just 2-minute speech, I would say that try not to switch too many times because it will make the speaker feel confused and he may not know what he's speaking about. All right, for example, you have a topic called Santa is a good role model for children. So when the speaker is speaking, like for example, when he spoke for 30 seconds, then suddenly you say switch. So initially he's talking about Santa is a good role model. But now when you say switch, he need to say that, oh, Santa is actually a bad role model. So after that, when the second time you say switch, then he need to switch his point back to a good role model again. So that is what happens during that 2-minute speech. Okay, so I would say don't say switch too many times. It will make the speaker confused. And the next method is called mix and match. Mix and match means that the speaker will need to choose from 2 sets of words, phrases, or names. For example, so you may need to prepare quite a lot of words, single words or phrases, depending on how you want to do it. And then you have different sets with different labels, and then you need to explain to the speaker to ask them to pick which number or which sequence they want, okay? Then you combine both sides, then it becomes one set, and that will be the question for the speaker. So for example, I'm the speaker, so I pick number 1 from the first set, and then I pick number 3 for the second set. So my question would be, if and only if I have iPhone 12. Yeah, so that is mix and match. And you can be creative. Sometimes you want to put a person's name or whatever it is. Sometimes it will be very fun and creative. Yeah, up to you. And sometimes I even heard people using set 3 as well. And that will be quite long. So just be careful of this because sometimes you don't want to explain things too much and that will delay your entire session. All right, the second last idea is to use object. On online meeting, it's quite difficult to show the physical object. especially when you do not have a really clear image in front of your camera. So this one usually is for physical meeting, but of course online meeting is also possible, just that you need to prepare that physical object and maybe to remove your virtual background to let everyone see that object clearly. Okay, so using a physical object, okay, it's similar to showing a picture using your slides in the part 1 that I shared. So here are a few ways that you can explore, just be creative. So in terms of physical meeting, you can put the objects into a big box so that no one can see the object, and let the speaker pick whatever that they pick, then they need to talk about it. So sometimes you can also prepare a general topic on related to those objects. For example, today we'll talk about how do you want to sell a product. So whatever that they pick from the box, they need to learn how to sell that particular product. All right, so that is also depends on the creativity and impromptu speaking of the speaker. And another way is that you want to make people more excited. You can prepare small gifts for them. I've also seen people giving out gifts, and each of them is different. So the speaker will choose the gifts, what they want, for example, chocolates, sweets or biscuits, snacks, or etc. So they can attach the topic to that particular gift. So it's like an extra gift for or encouragement for speakers who try table topics. Okay. So last but not least, on the online meeting, it can be also similar to physical meeting method, just that you need to prepare the object for the speaker to talk about. Yeah, if you do not want to use slides or slides doesn't work for you, all right? Last but not least, idioms, phrasal verbs, or quotes. This is a very interesting idea, or which I seldom see, but I have seen this in some meetings. It's very good to be practiced, especially when you want to improve your English language or whatever language that your Toastmasters speak. Okay, so idioms, phrasal verbs, and quotes are actually different. And I will share with you some examples to give you more context. Why I would encourage to try this once a while, because it can add value to the meeting. People will learn new words which they can use in their career, their speaking, and this can enhance their level of English. Okay, so if you're afraid that they don't understand about that new quote or idioms, you can even give them the meaning. Yeah. So for example, what is phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are, for example, these are a few examples. Crow about your best skill, meaning to brag. So you can give them this phrasal verb and ask them to speak about that. Mull over something, meaning to ponder or worry about something. Example of idioms. There are many kinds of idioms which it can be quite inspiring depending on your theme. So this one, the first one, hitting the nail on the head, meaning to perform a task with exactness. Yeah. The elephant in the room means an issue, person, or problem that someone is trying to avoid. Yeah, so you can craft a question based on this idiom or directly throw them this idiom. And last but not least, quotes. Quotes is very frequently tested, especially in contests. Yeah, depending on the level of contest, the higher the contest is, the more philosophical quotes will be shared. And sometimes even when I Googled for those meaning, you may not even understand what is the meaning of the quote. So for club level meeting, I would suggest choose a simple quote, short quote, so that the speaker will be able to understand it. And if you choose a very difficult quote, but you think it's a very profound quote, share the meaning with them so that the speaker is able to share something in the 2 minutes. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. So these kind of quotes will be very value adding to your club meeting. So thank you everyone for watching. And if you have any other topics that you are interested, or if you have any other ideas about table topics, do leave a comment to me, and I will also love to see what other ideas that we can share with each other. Thank you.